The drama of Colin Hendry, how he lives is sad. When Colin Hendry was caught elbowing San Marino substitute Nicola Albani in 2001, it looked like the end of everything. The Scottish defender, known as Braveheart, had just scored 2 goals in what would be his final game for Scotland. One moment of madness ended his international career with a 6-match ban. But this incident doesn't define the man who became one of Scotland's greatest defenders. Colin Hendry's story is one of triumph, tragedy, and remarkable resilience. Born on December 7, 1965, he started his football journey in the Scottish Highlands. Like many young players, he began as a striker at local clubs, Keith and Islavale. His professional career kicked off in 1983 with Dundee, where he showed promise but hadn't yet found his true calling. Everything changed in 1987 when he moved to Blackburn Rovers. The club made a bold decision to convert the young striker into a central defender. This positional switch would define his entire career. Hendry adapted brilliantly, using his height, strength, and natural aggression to dominate opposing forwards. His fearless style of play and striking white blonde hair made him instantly recognisable. The Braveheart nickname wasn't just about his Scottish heritage. Hendry played with a warrior's mentality, throwing himself into tackles that other players would avoid. He was willing to put his body on the line for his team, whether that meant heading away dangerous crosses or making last-ditch tackles. This commitment made him a fan favourite wherever he played. His first major success came early. In the 1986-87 season, Hendry scored the winning goal in the full Members' Cup final against Charlton Athletic at Wembley. It was a sign of things to come. Despite being a defender, he had a knack for scoring important goals throughout his career. After over 100 appearances at Blackburn, Manchester City came calling in 1989. The move proved inspired. Hendry quickly became a hero at Main Road, earning the 1989-90 Player of the Year award. His attacking instincts remained sharp, contributing 4 goals in his first 29 league games. City fans loved his all-action style and commitment to the cause. However, football management changes everything. When Peter Reid replaced Howard Kendall as manager, Hendry fell out of favour. Reid preferred Keith Curle and decided to sell Hendry back to Blackburn for exactly what City had paid, £700,000. The fans were furious, calling the decision a tad cheap and a huge mistake. Kenny Dalglish brought Hendry back to Blackburn in November 1991. This second spell would become the most successful period of his career. Under Dalglish's guidance, Hendry helped Blackburn climb from the second division to the Premier League. The ultimate reward came in the 1994-95 season, when Blackburn won the Premier League title, beating Manchester United by a single point. Hendry was crucial to that success. His partnership with other defenders created a solid foundation that allowed Blackburn's attacking players to flourish. He made the PFA Team of the Year twice during his Premier League years, proving he was among the division's best defenders. His ability to score goals from set pieces added another dimension to his game. In 1998, Rangers paid £4 million to bring Hendry back to Scotland. The fee showed how highly he was valued after his Premier League success. His first season at Ibrox was spectacular, helping Rangers achieve a historic domestic treble. They won the Scottish Premier League, Scottish Cup, and Scottish League Cup in one season. However, manager Dick Advocaat reportedly didn't see Hendry as his type of player. Despite the team's success, Hendry's time at Rangers was described as relatively unhappy. This shows how crucial the relationship between player and manager can be in football. Hendry's international career began relatively late. He didn't make his Scotland debut until age 27, which was unusual for a player of his quality. Once established, though, he became a key figure for the national team. He represented Scotland at Euro 96 and the 1998 World Cup, earning 51 caps and scoring 3 goals. His proudest moment came when he was named captain for the 1998 World Cup in France. Leading your country at football's biggest tournament is the ultimate honour for any player. Hendry wore the armband with pride, embodying the fighting spirit that Scottish football is known for. The San Marino incident in 2001 cast a shadow over his international legacy. After scoring twice in a 4-0 victory, Hendry elbowed Nicola Albani during a penalty box tussle. The San Marino player fell unconscious and needed hospital treatment. FIFA imposed a 6-match ban and a 10,000 Swiss franc fine. Scotland manager Craig Brown tried to defend Hendry, submitting video evidence and claiming Albani had feigned injury. Brown argued that Albani had punched Hendry in the ribs first, and that San Marino players were time-wasting throughout the match. However, FIFA's disciplinary committee relied solely on video evidence and upheld the ban. This incident effectively ended Hendry's international career. The Braveheart intensity that made him a hero also led to his downfall. It's a reminder that the fine line between commitment and aggression can sometimes be crossed in the heat of competition. After retiring as a player, Hendry tried management. He took charge of Blackpool in 2004, but struggled to replicate his playing success. The team languished near the relegation zone, and he was dismissed in November 2005 after 77 games. His win rate of just 32.47% showed how difficult the transition from player to manager can be. A brief stint at Scottish side, Clyde followed in 2007. Despite some promising moments, including a 6-game unbeaten run, Hendry resigned in January 2008 after a Scottish Cup defeat. His managerial record of 28% wins from 25 games confirmed that his talents lay elsewhere. The skills that make a great player don't always translate to management. Hendry's Braveheart approach worked perfectly as a defender, but proved less effective when dealing with the complex demands of modern football management. He later worked as an assistant coach and performance coach, roles that better suited his experience and knowledge. Personal tragedy struck in 2009 when Hendry's wife Denise died from complications following surgery. He described their marriage as perfect and called her a very happy-go-lucky lady, a beautiful woman, great mother, just the best. Her death left him devastated and struggling to cope with life. In his grief, Hendry turned to alcohol and gambling as escape mechanisms. He admitted, "I did drink quite a lot initially. Alcohol seemed to be a get-out for me." The gambling problems were equally serious, with reports of debts to online betting companies. These destructive behaviours spiralled out of control. The financial consequences were severe. In June 2010, Hendry was declared bankrupt with debts of approximately £2 million. Over £1 million was owed to HM Revenue and Customs, while significant amounts were owed to family members. His luxury home in Lancashire was sold, but the proceeds only covered existing mortgages. When discharged from bankruptcy, Hendry was required to repay just £36,000 of the £2.1 million debt, less than 2% of the total amount. This legal arrangement, while typical for bankruptcy cases, angered some creditors. Former friend Hector McFarlane, who had loaned £95,000 and expected only £1,800 back, publicly criticised Hendry's situation. Despite these setbacks, Hendry has shown remarkable resilience. He found strength in caring for his 4 children and gradually rebuilt his life. His experience of loss and recovery has given him a unique perspective on overcoming adversity. Today, Hendry works as a football commentator for ESPN and engages in public speaking. He shares insights on leadership, teamwork, and overcoming personal challenges. His talks draw on both his football success and his personal struggles, offering audiences a complete picture of triumph and hardship. He has also become involved in mental health campaigns, working with Frank McAvenny to raise awareness. This advocacy work represents a positive way to use his difficult experiences to help others facing similar challenges. Not all of Hendry's post-career choices have been well received. His decision to become an ambassador for an online betting company, despite his gambling history, sparked criticism. Many felt this was irresponsible given his past struggles and public profile. However, Hendry continues to be remembered primarily as a football legend. His achievements speak for themselves. A Premier League title, a Scottish treble, 51 international caps, and a place in the Scottish FA International Roll of Honour. The Braveheart nickname remains a powerful symbol of his fearless playing style. Colin Hendry's story shows that sporting heroes are human beings with real struggles and vulnerabilities. His journey from triumph to tragedy to recovery demonstrates that even the strongest people can face overwhelming challenges. The same courage that made him a great defender has helped him survive personal disasters and rebuild his life. The brave heart, who once dominated penalty boxes, now fights different battles. His willingness to speak openly about his struggles, including alcohol, gambling, and grief, takes a different kind of courage. In many ways, this honesty represents the true spirit of the nickname that defined his career. Today, Colin Hendry continues to inspire people, not just through his football achievements, but through his resilience in the face of adversity. He remains a beloved figure in Scottish football, proof that true legends are measured not just by their victories, but by how they handle their defeats.